Now, here's something you're really worked up about, very much so this morning, actually. I think we all feel very strongly about our local high street, don't we? And maybe our local market. And in towns and cities right across the country, traditional markets are struggling, apparently. Footfall is dropping and shopping habits, of course, are changing.
Ah, yes, but there may be some hope on the horizon because some traders are benefiting from tens of millions of pounds of investment.
In Leicester, for instance, the 700-year-old market is closing because they're getting an £8 million regeneration. And some traders, though, are now saying goodbye to the place they've worked all their lives.
Well, our East Midlands reporter, Will Hollis, has more.
Leicester Market is in Simon's DNA. He comes from a long line of traders who've worked here for more than 100 years.
This is our store, what we've had for the last 4 or 5 generations.
The market's seen better days.
A lot of traders left. COVID killed 50% of the trade, and the place has looked really scruffy and dark and dismal for a few years now.
Supermarkets, COVID and online shopping all have played a role in pushing traditional markets to the edge.
Apples, pears, bananas, melons.
The number of traders working across Britain has fallen from 46,000 in 2009 to fewer than 32,000 now, according to the National Association of British Market Authorities. Part of the problem is an ageing workforce. Only 9% of traders are younger than 40. There's been a market in Leicester for 700 years, but now this version is becoming a part of history as the council prepares to close it ahead of a big revamp to make it fit for a new generation of shoppers. Mike is from Leicester City Council, which owns the market.
We're going to create a completely new trading environment for all the traders in here, brand new stalls, new lighting, lovely new roof with solar panels.
They're investing £8 million in renovations.
Some of the latest research around retail suggests that the future is more independent units, that people are not so keen on the larger shopping malls.
More than £100 million is being invested in markets by councils and private businesses, some of it from levelling up funding. Customers welcome the change.
I have noticed in recent years a little decline.
Obviously it's a traditional place, but like everything, it needs to be updated.
It could do with a revamp, and to make it look better would be an improvement on Leicester itself.
Closing for the last time, traders are moving to a temporary home.
You're going to come and see us, yeah? Take care. Thank you. I've seen my parents and all my grandparents all be here many years, so it'll be sad to see it getting knocked down.
A cash boost keeping the heart of British markets beating. Yet they still need customers, or that life will slowly slip away. Will Hollis, GB News in Leicester.
Well, former Bank of England and Treasury advisor Dr. Roger Gewolb is here in the studio. Good to see you, as always.
Good morning.
I mean, the amount of investment that's going into places like Leicester, is it going to make enough of a difference, do we think, to revitalise, in that case, that market?
No, I don't think so. I think it's going to make a huge difference, but it's going to create a completely different animal. I mean, we just keep seeing this. I think examples like Spitalfields and Portobello here in London, you know, they moved the large chains in and the whole thing changes. Here, you have a 800-year-old market, 800 years old, which has been in its present site for 700 years. Mm. It is the largest outdoor covered market in all of Europe. And so the roof leaks, and so it's a bit tatty, but you know, what gets me is we've got the greatest craftsmen in the world in this country. Go fix it, because at the same time, these guys are being paid millions, aren't they, to build new shops, restaurants, and hotels that are oldie-worldy looking. We've got this right here. Just take a look at the architects' pictures of what they're going to do with this 8 million quid. I mean, it looks about, to me, I'm sorry guys, but it looks about as interesting as the dog food section of Iceland.
Oh, that's a shame.
They create a very lovely shopping mall, but it's not a traditional British market. If we look at the French markets, where people go shopping at the market every day, and for some reason they're still popular.
They shop differently to us, though. The
Totally.
French, don't they?
So they go out and get fresh food every morning.
Out every day.
Go downstairs to the market, get fresh food. We're not going to do that, but I really don't think gems like the Leicester market, 700 years old and beautiful, should be torn down.
No.
So you do wonder then, would money be better spent in making sure, as we're getting lots of people emailing in, that parking is made more readily available and cheaper?
Well,
gets people in.
Give the 8 million quid to the nurses so they can go shop at the market. And the parking, just get, as you said a little earlier, these councils to stop charging. I mean, I don't even think you emphasized it enough. That is the major reason that footfall decreases in these places, because people are really offended by being ripped off like that.
I said earlier, we resent it.
And all the
really
tricks.
Do. You want to go and you want to support your local shops, and it's fun too anyway. And the parking restrictions just stop you.
I went to Barnet on a Sunday. No signs, okay? I get a £60 ticket for parking. That's it. Thanks, Barnet, I complained and they wrote back, said, the sign's at the end of the street.
Yeah, great.
Nowhere near where I was
you're
parked.
meant to know.
Yeah, like £5 for a sign,
Alan's emailed in. Alan says, councils don't offer free parking because they so need the income. But what if the first hour were free? That would encourage loads more people to visit rather than buying online.
Sure.
There's loads of options.
There are lots of ideas, aren't there? It's just that councils don't seem to be really interested in us.
No, they don't. Roger, good to see you. Thank you very much indeed.
Now to